Hi, I'm Pat Acker from the Leadership Lackawanna class of 1983, the first class.
And I'm Mark Volk, graduate of Leadership Lackawanna class 2006.
We're here to celebrate 30 years of Leadership Lackawanna. It started in June of 1982 when a group of community leaders came together with an idea.
Now fast forward 30 years, and we have what has become the premier leadership development program in Lackawanna County, and we think outside of Lackawanna as well.
Oh, it's a great story, it really is. I really love to tell this story because it's a part of my history and a part of my past, as well as a part of the past of Scranton and the future of Scranton.
30 years ago, it just seemed like you call on the same dozen community leaders. As fabulous as they were always calling on the same people, no matter what the program or the project was.
There was a great need in our area, it was felt by numerous people, to start a program that would really have new leadership filter into the community, which is very badly needed. Not that the leadership that was there wasn't performing, but they were getting a little older.
And Monsignor McGowan told Governor Scranton of a program, a leadership development program, that he had seen somewhere else that really worked well to educate, to communicate to young and emerging leaders, and to train them in community leadership, how to empower a community, how to pull the resources together.
We had another meeting then and talked about how we would put this together, and we decided that we would definitely form we were ready to form the organization, and Monsignor McGowan acted as the first chairman of that organization. And we were so excited to have this. Everybody was excited about it. The community was excited about it. People were talking to us about, how may we help and what may we do to participate in this great thing. And got a board together, and I was the vice chairman of the board, and I became the second chairman after Monsignor McGowan fled. He'd light the flame, light the torch, and we'd be the burners. He was the igniter, we were the burners.
Governor Scranton hosted a breakfast to raise the money to kick it off and to explain it to the community. Gave a wonderful speech, it inspired everyone. But Mrs. Scranton was the real hero of the day. She was at the door, and all of the people that attended that breakfast didn't get a chance to exit the breakfast. They couldn't leave unless they gave her a check or gave her a pledge card.
The program now has really developed into a three-tiered program, a little different from when it was originally conceived. We have the core program, which was the basic program that was developed. We also have the executive program that focuses at a little higher level. And then recently, in this last year, we've also assumed control of Tomorrow's Leaders Today.
It made great sense for us to combine those programs and provide a continuum of community leadership development. I think Tomorrow's Leaders Today is the most fun, the most rewarding of all of the leadership programs. These are high school students. They're outstanding high school students. They're already very interested in their community, and this gives us a chance to help mold them, help introduce them to not only the institutions that are in the community, but to the issues that are facing the community. And they bring such a fresh perspective to that. They bring great questions to that, and then they develop great enthusiasm for responding to what those community needs are. Very energizing to have those Tomorrow's Leaders Today students as part of our program.
At the beginning of the program, we learned about leadership styles. We also went to Prudential, which was really cool because we were in a big corporate office. We learned about financial literacy and retirement money and saving up for retirement now, which is something that I would have never thought of before.
I learned most about philanthropy through TLT. I knew that you could volunteer for organization stuff, but I didn't know a lot about grants and foundations, and it really opened my eyes to all of the different aspects of how you can help people in your community.
The 10-month core program consists of a series of sessions. Each month you travel from a different location within the community. Locations include places such as the hospital, college campuses. Some are even held here at the Chamber.
Sessions usually included, we'd have a presentation by the business organization that was hosting us for the day. Would give us a nice presentation about what their facility or business offered. We would then bring in also keynote speakers to talk around that theme. We would have interactive activities like leadership games that we would play.
My favorite session was probably the labor and union session. At that session, we put on a little skit for the entire class, and that had to do with each side, whether you were on the labor side or the union side. It's a great way to enhance your leadership skills, as well as it provides networking opportunities that you may not otherwise have had.
I've made great friends. I've established great contacts, great leads, great referrals. It's just been such a rewarding experience. I can't imagine my personal or professional life without it.
The Leadership Executive Program, you get senior executives moving into the community. It gives them a chance on an accelerated schedule to, one, meet all of the players in the community, to meet all of the institutions, to learn all about the community and what makes it tick. And that's valuable because it gives them a chance to see what the community needs, see what's happening that they may be interested in, and importantly, see where they can participate to best contribute to the success of community development.
In the Leadership Lackawanna Executive Program, my husband and I had the opportunity to do it as a couple. We met every Tuesday for 5 weeks in a beautiful location throughout Scranton, where we had the opportunity to meet one-on-one with other executives in the local businesses and organizations of the Scranton area. Having the opportunity to meet with local executives, since I wasn't from this area, gave me such a strong appreciation for Scranton. And this program, both the core as well as the executive, gave me an opportunity to really understand the history of Scranton, the future of Scranton, and what the leadership has here for us.
Leadership Lackawanna has engaged in over 120 projects over the last 30 years, creating partnerships with government and the private sector. And to think about all of the going forward benefits and values that the residents of our county and beyond have enjoyed from those projects is unmatched and unparalleled by any organization.
In an attempt to address the concept of leaders seeking leaders, the Leadership Lackawanna class of 1989 partnered with the Voluntary Action Center to create the Board Bank. The Board Bank is a resource file listing talented people who are interested in offering their skills to area agencies and organizations. This project is still going strong today. Applications and brochures are available by contacting the Voluntary Action Center.
The class of 2009 partnered with Lackawanna County to rebuild the Cancer Survivors Memorial at McDade Park. And it turned out to be an excellent, great project. We took a dilapidated facility here, and Leadership Lackawanna was responsible for a full upgrade. It's that type of community partnership that we need in Lackawanna County as we move forward.
We've been the great beneficiary at Lackawanna Heritage Valley because 2 years ago, we had an idea. We formed a 501c3 organization because our federal funds and our state funds were diminishing, and we needed to think about raising some money so that we could continue all the work we do. One of their teams from the 2010 class of Leadership Lackawanna came up with this wonderful idea of a bike tour, not a race, but a tour that we looked at as a friend-raiser as well as a fundraiser. It was to help people become more familiar with the trail that we're building. They expected about 80 people to show up based on their research into other areas that have done something similar. They had 250 people show up the first year, and we got a very nice check from Leadership Lackawanna to go toward the development of the trail. When all was said and done, it's turned into a totally volunteer event that we're following the lead of Leadership Lackawanna.
I will always remember when the leadership classes of 06 and 08 came to the Children's Advocacy Center, gathered on the porch for a beautiful picture, came inside and had to walk the walk of child abuse victims, learned of the protocols and processes. They really listened. And when they left, we gave them some challenges about what they might do to participate in the protection of children in the community. And guess what? They did. They came back and supported us in those two major fundraisers, which really were created to cause awareness and education in the community. It wasn't all about money. It was about getting the attention of the adults and the parents and the teachers and everybody in the community to say, we do want to protect our children. And this is what Leadership Lackawanna is going to do, not only collectively, but individually.
Dress for Success is an international not-for-profit organization offering services designed to help clients find jobs and remain employed. Each Dress for Success client receives one suit when she has a job interview and can return for a second suit or separates when she finds work. Because of Leadership Lackawanna, Dress for Success was brought to Lackawanna County in 1999.
The city's been so proud to deal with Leadership Lackawanna over the last 30 years. Not only has it produced many leaders in our community, but it actually has helped improve our city. This pavilion is an example of that. The members of Leadership Lackawanna worked together to renovate this pavilion and make a difference in the lives of the people, not only of Scranton, but of northeastern Pennsylvania. I'd also like to talk about Hanlon's Grove, an area that had been almost forgotten about inside the park. Yet with the help of Leadership Lackawanna and other community leaders, we renovated that area. And now it is a place where families come together, actually the families for the next generation. It is my hope that some of the young children you'll see in Schillenfink Pavilion or Hanlon's Grove will one day be members of Leadership Lackawanna.
Leadership isn't about being one person in charge anymore. It's about being able to work together with different groups to achieve common goals. And Leadership Lackawanna has really embraced that for the last 30 years, and we'll continue to bring professionals together to work on community projects that really have a lasting impact on our region. Where do we go from here? The possibilities are endless. There are still thousands of professionals in northeastern Pennsylvania who could benefit from Leadership Lackawanna. And there are hundreds of local nonprofit organizations who need our help. I'm proud to be a graduate of Leadership Lackawanna, and I'm excited to be involved for the next 30 years and beyond.
You know, there are a lot of good things going on, and I think Leadership Lackawanna, they don't get the thanks that they deserve. They improve our community, and the staff at Leadership Lackawanna improves our community every single day.
I think the experience is so rich. It's circular. It's like you learn, and then you teach, you give, and the whole community benefits from the interactions.
It's a terrific program, and it gets better every year, and I've seen it grow over the years, because I do remember 30 years ago when it first started, and it's just gotten better and better.
Leadership Lackawanna, class of 1998.
Leadership Lackawanna, class of 1997.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Connors. I used to be somebody, and I'm in class of 1985.
Leadership Lackawanna, class of 2011.
Hi, I'm from the inaugural class of 1983.
And I'm from the class of 1984.
Woohoo! I'm from the class of 2002. Future class of 2013.
Leadership Lackawanna!